Hi, boys and girls. I am going to walk you through a couple of things. I know some families really struggle trying to find the Zoom link on Friday to get to our classroom meeting. So I want to make sure that that doesn't happen again because we want you all to be able to be there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and sign in with somebody who wasn't there. Okay, so I'm going to sign in from Google and I'm going to use another account. And that's my email. So we're going to just delete it and we're going to type in Brian's. Brian's a little boy in our classroom and he wasn't able to make it on Friday. And so I'm going to use his login. So I'm going to type in the last 5 letters of his last name and the first 5 letters of his first name. And then I'm going to type 000. So this one's actually Brianna. So what I'm going to do is type in the Cedar Woolley School District tag or address because usually on a Chromebook, this is my school district laptop, but on a Chromebook, it's already auto-populated in this box when you sign in your Google login. But I'm going to type it right now, swsd101.org. And this might be helpful too if you didn't get your Chromebook charged and you're using a different computer, you'll see it in a different way. Anyway, so then I'm going to click next. And the password is SW for Cedar Woolley. And then it is your birthday. 2 digits for the month. 2 digits for the day. And 2 digits for the year. Okay, and then you click next. So now I'm logged into Google. And what I want to really do is I want to be able to get into my Google Classroom. You can do it a couple of different ways. I'm going to show you this way first. So if you click on what we call the waffle, there's a little configuration or a little group of dots. Right there, we call them the waffle. So if you hear me say the waffle, that's what I'm talking about. And if you click on that, it brings up a whole bunch of things. If you wanted to check your Gmail, you could click on Gmail. If you wanted to go to your Drive, if you've saved something in your Drive, you could look there. Or if you wanted to get into our Google Classroom, you could click here. So that's what we're going to do right now, as soon as this thing goes away. And then there is my Google Kindergarten or my Google Classroom, and you're not actually inside it yet. So you click on it, and then it comes up. And then this is the stream, and I think I talked to most families about it being kind of like the main page of Facebook. So anything that someone posts that like Miss Brown just posted some materials, they'll show up on there. I'm going to move my face for just a second over here to the other side so that you can see some things. And then the further down you go, you could arrow down, and you can see that some people have been posting some things. Right here is the, if you wanted to go to Epic and sign in, you could click on that and then enter the classroom code. So that is right here. It's also listed right over here. So do you see all of these down the side are topic tabs? And there is one for Epic that I was just talking about. It's a reading app. And if you clicked on that, it will show you, I have another, it's not a video, but it just has typed out directions for how to get on Epic. And it's a really cool reading app that will let your child have access to all kinds of books. It'll even, if you click on the Read to Me tab, the books are all audio books. So you could give your student some headphones and they could sit and listen to someone reading to them. Very cool app. And it is part of, so if like one day for our specialist time, we have technology, you can go to the Clever page, and that is one of the icons on the Clever page. So if we just click back to the classwork tab, which is what I want you to see, I am going to make sure, or try and make sure, that our, that's not working because I'm not in a teacher. I'm going to try and keep the weekly lessons at the top of the stream. Sometimes other teachers post things, so it might be down a little ways, but every time you want to come and look for your daily schedule so that you can find the Zoom link, you will want to think about what the date is. So this one says September 7th through the 11th, and so Friday was the 11th, and so if you clicked on that, and then arrow down a little bit, what I want you to make sure that you do is on this one. It's interesting because there's so many comments, you can't really see view assignment. But it looks like it's already been turned in anyway, so that's probably why. So if there is some work that I want you to turn in, you will be able to view the assignment, and then it'll give you the option, that little blue tab, to be able to turn it in. Brian and Brianna have already turned theirs in. So this is Friday, September 11th. It's the Google Slides. There's another one there, but it is the one that's all in Spanish because there's some people that need to use that this year. There's a family that speaks mostly Spanish. So here is the daily schedule. So the first slide says the date, and then the next slide you'll see, if you just keep continuing clicking through the slideshow, you could also click View and Present, and then it'll do it in a full screen. But I think it's kind of nice to just be able to use your arrow down. So this is a daily schedule. So you could walk through the times and what happens when. We started out with the morning meeting, so let's take a look at what comes after the daily schedule. This is a copy of your weekly schedule, so it's the week at a glance. You can look at the key over here tells you which lessons are live and you will need to be on for Zoom, which ones are recorded, and which ones are live or recorded. Also, if you miss the morning meeting, I am going to, or the calendar or the math activity, one of these live things, what I'm going to try and do is just link the recorded lessons in here. And so you could just click on morning meeting. You can't right now because I don't have anything linked on there, but you could just click on the morning meeting and it would take you to a recorded version of that. Same thing with the math one. But so let's look. The next slide is the morning meeting and literacy, which is the thing that starts our day other than the arrival time, which is from 9:15 to 9:25. 9:25, we're going to start our morning meeting, and the arrow directs you towards this icon. It says click on the icon to join the meeting. See you there. So if I click on that, it brings up a link, and then if you just slide your cursor down and click on that link, it will take you directly into the Zoom meeting. So this is what will happen. So it'll pop up something and you just click Open Zoom Meetings. And then it has my picture because it's on my computer. But if you're using your Chromebook, it'll prompt you the first time you use it to enter your name, screen name. So you just type the student's name and then make sure that you click with computer audio so that you can hear everything. And I'm going to cancel it right now because there is no meeting because I'm doing this tutorial. Okay, I'm going to end meeting for all. And then I can get out of this one and then go back to the slideshow. Okay, so this was just basically how we started on Friday. I said, you know, welcome everybody to kindergarten. And because we've been sitting there for so long, we did a little bit of a brain break. This one is, it was a book that I read that talked about virtual learning, how little Spot learned online. Today, if you click on this, it will bring up a link and you can click on that and you will be able to listen to a recording that I did on Loom of me reading the same book. Then we talked a little bit about what to do to mute and unmute yourself. So what we're going to try and do is basically have some sort of a technology learning strategy that we work on every day. And today's learning lesson was how to mute and unmute yourself. So this person here doesn't have the X across it, and so they are unmuted. It's a little bit tricky with the language because this says unmute because that's what you will see when you want to unmute yourself, but it's small enough that you can't see. So this is what you will see when you're muted. And so you want to click on it and then it will unmute you so that everyone can hear what you're saying. So we practiced a little bit on this slide to unmute. Everybody was muted and I showed some name cards, and when the students saw their name, then they would unmute themselves and say what their favorite color was. I think that was the plan. I think we did something different, but here is another way that you can mute if you can't make your, if you can't find the little microphone. If you hold the space bar while you talk, it will unmute you. So you don't have to find the little unmute button. It's just another strategy in case that's not working for you. So you do need to press and hold the space bar, which is that little key or the that little keypad that the pink arrow is pointing to. Okay, and so then here was our first assignment. I forgot to talk about it with all the nerves and the, all that was going on the first day. I reminded everybody what to bring back for math, but didn't explain fully what you were supposed to do with this one. So this is an assignment where I want the students to think about what they had to do to get ready for kindergarten. And so they will write their name up here. And then if they have a parent to help them write what they had to do to get ready for kindergarten. And then the next portion of our day, and that was something that they were supposed to complete during independent work time. But for the most part, maybe some people didn't get that message because I didn't say it. So I apologized. I apologize for that. It's a lot just in the beginning. I'm sure I'll get in my groove. Anyway, these are the things that I wanted the students to bring back for the calendar routine that we did instead of math on Friday. They needed to bring their calendar that was in the middle part of their yellow folder, a pencil, and some crayons. And so basically what I had the students do when they came back was trace the numbers 1 through 10 on their calendar because we were on September 11th already. And so I I haven't re-recorded it yet, but I'm going to go into school and do it today. So when you view this, hopefully, you can come in here and click on a recorded version of the calendar routine. Basically, we're going to start next week doing math routines, and we just wanted you to be able to see the full calendar routine as I would lead it, or as how. Actually, we have the student of the day do it when we're in school. It's something that they learn, and then not very long into it, they're able to do all on their own. They get to know the routines pretty quickly. It's adorable. So there will be, I'll type up a little text box right here that you can click and find the link and be able to go and watch that routine if your student wasn't able to get on. The other thing that the students were going to complete, which they did, they were to go back to, and I will show you, I can't do it on this one though, because this is Brianna's and she already returned hers. And so when you click on classwork, there will be your student's name. I'm surprised that it's not here. Oh, here it is, maybe. I was thinking. Yeah, here it is. So you will see this, and she would have to click unsubmit and then access it to type in the